Welcome into Cullman today. I'm Debbie Wood along with Ann Mullins. Ann is here this morning representing the Better Business Bureau, and we're going to be talking today about the top 5 summertime scams.
That's
and you know,
right.
we were talking earlier, good morning to you, but we were talking earlier that maybe those people that do these things don't do scams in the summer, but obviously they do.
They never let up. They never let up, unfortunately. But these are just some of what we've come up with as the top 5, and I'm just going to kind of read what they've given us so I don't forget something, because it's very good information. We all know about the vacation scams. That's our number 1 because there's so many people. So it says fake travel agents and websites are known for touring too good to be true deals in the hopes of getting your money in return, whether it's a fake timeshare, rental, or a falsely promised Disney vacation, which we all, you know, that catches your attention. Don't let vacation scams take you for a ride. Make sure the offer is legitimate by checking them out with us at bbb.org. And if there is no BBB review, then Google the phone number, Google the website, and just see if you can come up with anything else on it. If anybody else has put complaints about that particular one, that it didn't come true, or that they didn't give you the trip after you paid for it, or it wasn't what they thought it was supposed to be, you know, there's just a lot of things they can do with that. So, but most time if you get something that says it's free, then I just delete that email and go on, because it's not.
Because it's not
you know,
free.
You're not going to get a free vacation.
Do they, sometimes do you actually get, I mean, if it doesn't say free of reduced cost, do you get something, but it's not what you think it's
and a lot of times you get there and the accommodations are nothing like what they told you they'd be. You know, it's just, it's not for the length of time that they told you, but you know, it's just a lot of things that you just need to check it out and know you're dealing with a reputable company. If you're going through, you know, a travel agency or something like that.
Absolutely.
So it's best to do it, you know. Yeah, check it out. Okay, keep your belongings safe during your move. There's a lot of people that decide to sell their homes after school is out, put their homes on the market, and then they have to move somewhere. And so then if you hire a moving company, you want to make sure that they are licensed and that it's a reputable company. You can call and get a report from us, because sometimes if they will give you quotes online of what it's going to be, that's not going to be what it really turns out to be, because there's really no way they can always know that. Someone that actually will come out and see what you have to move and where it's going to go, and that usually it's not a scammer, because if they take the time to come out there and show their face, then they can actually get it, but get it in writing, how much it's going to be, and how long, you know, when they're going to get it there, and that sort of thing. Because unfortunately, we have even heard of people that would hire a company and they'd come get their furniture, they would go on to the place and never see the furniture again.
Oh my.
I mean, you know, these companies are gone with it, you know.
Got it and gone.
Got it and gone. And so that's why you need to know that it's a reputable company that has a reputation for being, you know, a good
Never
good
ever crossed my mind that somebody would take all your furniture.
Yeah, they've done it. And so, you know, we have reports on all of these that, you know, and even if it's somebody out of state, we have bureaus in different states that that can help you out, but we can get you a report for it. Yeah, and know that they're good. And of course, we have members here too. So beware of summer concert ticket scams, because you'll get a lot of people that's trying to sell online to you. And now some of these ticket holders will let them print it, like on your computer at home, so they will double sell them. They'll sell them, print another set, and then when you get there, of course, it's already been used. And or you don't get them at all, and they want you to send the money ahead. So, you know, on a person-to-person, when you don't really know who you're dealing with, if I saw it advertised somewhere and it was a person, I would probably want to meet them in a public place where it's not dangerous or anything, and make sure they had the legitimate tickets, and you know, because I know my cousin has done that before and it worked fine, but you know, you just, you know, when they want to mail it back and forth, you may never see them. You know, they'll have you to send the money first, and you'll never get your tickets.
I've always been leery of that with baseball tickets. You know, any kind of
football, or you know, any of the people are trying to.
But never thought about it with concerts.
Yeah, any kind. Be wary of high-pressure door-to-door sale tactics. you have people that come up and want to sell you a little bit of concrete that they have left over here and pour your drive. And of course, sometimes they'll want you to pay it up front. They may pour a little bit of it that day, and then you never see them again. And there you've already paid them, and you don't get your driveway poured. So it can be, you know, anything from selling you a security system, air conditioner, whatever, where they come up to your door and try to. So anything that's a high pressure tactic, and they're really thinking you've got to do it right now, I would tell them I'm not interested. But if it is something that you're interested in and you decide to do, put it in writing, put when it's gonna, the work will start, when it's gonna be finished, you know.
And don't pay them up front.
And don't pay them up front. And have all of that. Because sometimes they'll say, yeah, I can do this for less, and they may start it and then you don't see them for 3 months because they'll go do another job and leave you hanging. So I would want to start in a completion date on there, that when they had to have it done, you know, so that it makes them stick to that particular job. Beware of job scams that can turn a hot summer cold. There's a lot of high school kids, a lot of college kids looking for a summertime job, and unfortunately, a lot of them out there, if it ever says, be wary of employees who require fees for training and background checks, or who tout no experience needed. Because a lot of times we have found that is scams, you know, that they're wanting you to pay some money up front, and then they have no job to give you to start with. You know, it's just, and sometimes they'll tell you like that you're going to make all this money and act like it's a salary job, but what it literally is you selling something, and you don't make a dime unless you sell whatever it is. They're trying to get you to go door to door and sell, or to call people up. They want you to call your friends and try to sell this, whatever it is, but you don't get paid unless you sell, you know, that. So, you know, they need to check it out and just be real, cautious, because, you know, if you're working for somebody, you shouldn't have to pay, so. Absolutely.
Wow, folks. I'm telling you, there's always somebody out there trying to get our money, and trying to get our money the wrong way, right?
Always.
Always. Boy, that's such good information. If you hear of anything going on and if you have more questions, can they call or can they go online? Going online sometimes is a great way to do it.
It is. You can call our 1-800 number 239-1642 anytime and talk. Now, I'm not in the office very much, so you're not going to be talking to me. But if you just have some questions you want to ask about certain things or calls you've gotten, you can call our 1-800-239-1642. And they're there all the time. Or you can go online and research it yourself, because we've got all this information. We've got the scams, stuff about charities. Yeah, just go to bbb.org, then type in your zip code, and then it'll take you straight to our website.
And then that way you can research something maybe that you have a question about.
And it may not even, something that's not happened to you, but you just want to know what the current scams are. You can go on there and just read it off of our pages. It's filled with lots of good information.
And one other thing before we close out this morning, you have mentioned before, we can get one free credit report a year, but be so careful about where you go to. Which is the best one? The one that is always free?
It's not the dude. It's.
And I'm sorry, I put you on the spot.
I know, my mind just went.
Well, and I tell you what made me think of this is my husband was going to check that out, and I said, "Oh, don't just go online."
Annualcreditreport.com, not myfreecreditreport.com.
That's exactly right.
Annualcreditreport.com.
Thank you, Ann, because the other one is the one that he had gone to, and he was going.
Now, even on that one, if you're wanting the, what do you call it, score, where you get your score,
Beacon score,
you have to pay for that. But you do not have to pay for your credit report. That if you want to see and make sure no one has put anything on your credit that you're not aware of, which would, you know, cause
identity theft. And they say to do that
once
once a year anyway,
Once or twice a year you can do that, yes. And you can get that free. If you want a score, then I think that it's not that much, but there is a charge for it. So.
All right, so check that out. Always good information coming from the Better Business Bureau. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
And of course, we'll be back with more of Cullman Today right after this.